I'm so proud to announce Paul Chilton from Zurich, Australia, as the 2018 Zurich Community Champion Award winner for Asia Pacific. Paul is a genuinely selfless, dedicated, and community-minded individual who continually goes above and beyond to help people less fortunate than he is, often with little to no support. This is the second time Paul has been nominated by his peers, which is a true reflection of the fantastic impact that he has had on his communities and the Zurich business as a whole, in making every day a little bit brighter.
Well, that's the thing about Paul. He's not just a finance numbers guy. He's a genuine, decent person who really does care about his community, cares about his work colleagues, and he really thinks about giving back.
I think Paul's pushed community activities to be more visible in Zurich, as opposed to Zurich supporting him to do so. Before Paul started, not many people took volunteer days, and it was hard to tee up your volunteer day with a particular charity.
Since Paul's come on board, we've used that day as a sort of team bonding and also as a way to serve and give back to the community as well.
One of the fundraising activities was something I stole from the UK, which was bingo. So we started that in finance. We had about 30-40 people playing. We got a couple $100. I went, well, that went quite well. So we ran it again and again, and each time a few more people would hear about it and want to join in, until eventually we had probably a couple of hundred people doing it, and it was like this was getting beyond just a small finance fundraising thing. And since then we've raised over $15,000 for a whole range of different local charities through that community bingo. In running that, one of the events we ran was a community fair where we would invite a dozen charities to come into the office. One of the charities that came along was the Cerebral Palsy Alliance, and they run a large event in Australia called September. So every September you get sponsored to try and walk 10,000 steps a day, and the money goes to the Cerebral Palsy Alliance.
Paul invited me to come along to a community day a couple of years ago where we spoke about some of the events that we hold each year to raise funds for Cerebral Palsy Alliance. And one of the events was September, and Paul took particular interest in that because it's an event where we can encourage all staff to participate.
That year the take-up was really positive. We had over 100 people take part, and the Zurich Foundation really kindly got on board, agreed to match all the funds we raised and give additional sponsorship to each individual who did manage to do 10,000 steps a day. In the first year we did it, we raised over $40,000, and this year we've raised over $70,000.
And that's just growing arms and legs and lots more steps. So there was the biggest amount of teams and the amount of people being involved. We've had a bit of a lift gate situation this year, so more people gradually have been using the stairs through September.
This year, with funding from the foundation, we expect to raise over $70,000, which is incredible.
To get so much so quickly, it's really testament to the staff here at Zurich, because I didn't really do that much.
Paul's a quiet achiever, and I, from a lot of the conversations that I've had with Paul, I've met with him over the years a number of times, and his passion is paramount.
He does a lot more than his job. He does his job, he does it very well, but he just goes the extra mile. I mean, how on earth he finds the time to get involved in all his activities is beyond me, because he certainly delivers on his job. I think my greatest achievement at Zurich so far was hiring Paul 6 years ago.
Paul's really inspired me to think about things outside of the box. One of the things I'm most passionate about is blood donation within the community, and Paul's actually inspired me to take ownership and take initiative and run and do that myself.
Well, it creates a culture, it's community, isn't it? It's great to actually work with people and be involved in stuff and do something great. It's not just about coming to work, it's about getting involved in other things that you can get interested in, passionate about, and do good for others.
We're really proud of Paul and the community activities that he's been undertaking and winning this global award. Paul's well known throughout our business for being very proud, very passionate about his work for community activities.
We're privileged, we're lucky to have a job like this, working for a company like Zurich, and we should give something back to those who don't have anything.